Hello, everybody. Welcome to Energy Newsbeat Daily Stand-Up. My name's Stuart Turley, President and CEO of the Sandstone Group. Michael's out in the Permian having a barrel of fun, and I'll tell you what, we are just really slammed around here on the news desk. Today is November 21st, and buckle up for a fun one. Biden sends $4 billion to the World Bank after $41 billion vanishes. Americans are rubbed blind. That's a good opinion piece that I think you'll enjoy. Exxon signs a deal to supply lithium to battery maker LG Chem. Pretty excited about that one. I think we need more of that. Michigan communities file a legal challenge to state authority on renewable projects. We're seeing this all across the United States. The NIMBYs are just going crazy. U.S. LNG feed gas is on track for a 10-month high as it flows rise to Louisiana Plaquemines plants. That's pretty exciting. And then over in the EU, Ford plans 4,000 job cuts in Europe as EVs lose momentum. It's around the world. Let's get in here to this first story. Biden sends $4 billion to the World Bank after $41 billion vanishes. Americans are robbed blind. What Biden's not telling you in about the third paragraph down in this article, true role of the World Bank. His record-breaking pledge comes as the World Bank's secret role as a front for the elite's financial schemes come to light. According to an anonymous insider, not only are they the numbers made up, but they could be missing billions or even double or higher. This isn't just negligence, it's a well-oiled machine built to make money disappear into offshore accounts, bogus and NGOs and covert operations. This is like a holy smokes Batman article. It's well worth your read. And I just want to say that the climate change narrative is nothing more than a wealth transfer that has been well thought out and well planned. And why are we pledging a president that is leaving office a $4 billion pledge to the World Bank isn't helping bad nation or vulnerable nations? It's a payoff to secure his place among the global elite before Trump returns. This is pathetic. This is also a direct on American sovereignty as they try to go through and give away all of our rights on this. This just came in from Kyle Becker on X, and I just went ahead and put this in the article as well. Russian Vladimir Putin is reportedly open to ceasefire talks with Ukraine, but only under one condition. Peace negotiations must be led with President Trump. President Trump, please pick up the phone and call President Putin and get on this. This is pretty crazy. When you sit back and take a look, we have one of the most fraudulent and horrific crime-ridden governments the U.S. has ever seen, from Obama and now finishing up with Biden. That 8 years of President Obama, followed up by the 4 years of President Harris Biden, are the most corrupt section in the United States history, and I'm really wanting it to be over with. This is despicable. Let's go to Exxon. On a cheery note, Exxon signs a deal of lithium to battery maker LG Chem. ExxonMobil has signed a preliminary agreement to provide battery metal lithium to LG Chem Ltd. in the U.S., strengthening the oil majors in domestic critical mineral supply chain. Boy, we need that. It was originally announced in November on 2023 is in line with the U.S. government to reduce reliance on China for critical minerals that are really key to our energy transition. It is definitely challenging market right now, said Patrick Howarth, Exxon's lithium global business manager, in an interview, but the world needs a lot more lithium, and the future is producing today. I'm very happy about that, and hats off to ExxonMobil. Let's roll over to Michigan. Michigan communities file legal challenge to state authority on renewable energy projects. There are, I believe, still 14,000 energy projects to connect to the United States grid. We have ERCOT. You have three grid systems, and then you have the West, East, and then ERCOT. And ERCOT has said that the demand in Texas is looking like it's going to double in the next 6 years. Let me say that again. It's going to double in the next 6 years. That is all hands on deck to stabilize the grid. But this means that you're going to need, and for every time you put in a wind farm or a solar farm, you have to bring up a natural gas plant to hold those things online, or you have to really add in the batteries. And on this article, the Public Service Commission, which regulates public utilities in Michigan, adopted the rules last month to implement a law passed last year to take effect this month. The law is meant to smooth the path toward Michigan's climate goals by bypassing local governments if they're blocking utility scale wind, solar, or energy storage facilities. That sounds not like a good thing. Attorney Michael Holmier, of the law firm Foster, Swift, Collins, and Smith, is one of the attorneys representing the municipalities in the appeal. He said local governments should get control over decisions of whether or not to approve big renewable energy projects. I couldn't agree more. We're buckling up, and I'm very hopeful we get a new DOJ in here real quick. Let's go to the next story here. U.S. LNG feed gas on track for a 10-month high as it flows to Louisiana Plaquemines plant. The amount of gas flowing in the 7 big operating U.S. Liquefied natural gas LNG export plants was on track to rise to a 10-month high on Wednesday, according to the data from the financial firm LSEG. Feed gas was up in part as Venture Global LNG's Plaquemines plant were on track. That's pretty darn cool. We like that. Let's roll over to Ford plans 4,000 job cuts in Europe as EV loses momentum. I'll tell you what, in the EV space, Tesla will survive. If you're not Tesla, get out. And then we're seeing that GM and I believe another one are doubling down and saying, we are going to stay in it. Reductions amount to 14% of the car makers' local workforce in the EU. Will look to eliminate another 4,000 positions in Europe, further wrenching within a region within transition to electric vehicles is losing traction industry wide. That's a lot. Ford vowed in early 2021 to drastically overhaul its business in Europe, saying it would almost completely electric by the end of the decade. Oops, that transformation hasn't been going to plan, with the company announcing last year that it would slash 3,800 jobs. Peers including Volkswagen AG and Stellantis NV have issued profit warnings in their recent months, citing the broad slowdown in electric vehicle sales. Wow. Chief Executive Officer Jim Farley is pressuring executives worldwide to lower costs that have put Ford at a competitive disadvantage to its rivals. Ford plans to cut an additional 2,900 positions in Germany, 800 in the UK, and 300 in the rest of the region. It's obviously a difficult day for Ford in Europe, said Peter Godsell, Vice President of Human Resources, but we do believe it's necessary given the situation we are facing. So hats off for all those that are losing their positions. And, you know, I truly believe that the way to get to less gasoline used, which is what we're all about, the less gasoline used, how about a hybrid? If you can build a good truck hybrid at a good low cost, I guarantee you that would sell huge in the United States. The rural areas would love 60 miles to the gallon. They would love 70 miles to the gallon, but they can't afford the batteries and the lithium and everything else. The technology could change. So that's a whole nother animal. Hey, but by the way, if we are in tax season, so please go to energynewsbeat.co and go to the head at top menu bar there, and then go to Is Your Portfolio Okay? Let us know, is oil and gas an investment for you? Take a look. Do you need a passive income? Do you need a tax deduction? Fill out the survey, and I can sure let you know how we've done it. We have invested in oil and gas, and we're about 32% on our investment, and that's not including about the 98% investment tax deduction we had in the first year. So thank you very much for all of this. And again, reach out, and if you're an energy expert, I want to talk to you on the podcast. I have about 5 interviews that are coming out. I have one with George McMillan coming out. I've actually got 3 with him coming out, and we have got a lineup with a lot of other great guests. So buckle up and hug your pets. Look forward to speaking to you all soon. Have a great day.